Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Sophie Pearl, back at you with Pearls of Wisdom, where we channel divine downloads for the collective, for your highest good, and for your enjoyment. So today is almost the full moon in Leo, and if you are a spiritually tapped in person, I am sure you're feeling its very powerful and potent creative energy. Man, full moons are a time of release. So in today's video, I wanted to channel a message for the collective about releasing and maybe what we should be releasing and just kind of whatever the spirit guides have to share for you on that. And then I wanted to afterwards share my favorite full moon ritual of how I like to do a full moon release. It's been extremely powerful. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to tune into my heart. I'm getting that we should release having it all figured out. Because life is ever changing, life is constantly evolving, and what does figuring it out even mean? Because spirit wants us to live in the present, right? And so the only thing we need to have figured out is our present moment. Okay, are you tapped into your present moment? What does your body need right now? What does your mind need right now? And what does your spirit need right now? Yes, those are three different needs that could be met simultaneously. And so Spirit is asking you to start tapping into this frequency of what do you need in the present moment, rather than letting your brain spiral and make noodle soup and saying, what will I need in 3 years? What will I need in 5 years? What will I need in 10 years? Oh my God. Right? Because we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And whatever we need, whatever we dream is already ours, guys. It's already ours. It's our birthright. If we want something, it's because it exists in another timeline. And so if we want to activate that timeline, then we have to step into that frequency. But in order to step into that frequency, we need to release expectations and judgments on our present moment and what our present moment should be looking like. So much of our time is spent judging ourselves, criticizing ourselves. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. Okay, well, if you really were in alignment with doing that thing, taking that action, wouldn't you already be doing it? There is no need for criticism. There is no need for judgment in the fifth dimension. And for those of you who might not know what the fifth dimension is, or those of you who are new to my channel, I talk about the fifth dimension, so maybe I should define it. Spirit, would you care to define the fifth dimension for the beautiful viewers here on YouTube? The fifth dimension is an integration of the harmony and synchronicity that we feel here on planet Earth. It is basically stacking upon the 3D. It's the 3D, but taking out all the density, all the darkness that is tied with planet Earth and the experiences that our collective seems to have in cycles and patterning and programming. And instead, it asks us to tune into our heart, harmonize that with our mind, and really tap into whatever frequency we want at any point in time. And so Spirit is asking us to release these densities. Number one, release densities, release judgment, release criticism, release overly planning your future, release overly judging your past, release overly judging your present moment and thinking that it should look like something else, because if you were in true alignment with it, you would be making it happen. All right. We are so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves, and Spirit just wants us to be patient, because if we truly are spiritually ascending, it's not going to happen overnight. We have years and years and decades of programming to shed. And I don't know about y'all, but it's been intense for me. And so with this Leo full moon, it's giving us a lot of energy, a lot of potent spiritual energy to release these old programmings that we have stuck in our DNA. But guess what? In the fifth dimension timelines, we get to choose whatever energy that we want to hold on to, and we can release whatever energy we don't want to hold on to. So with that being said, I will share with you my favorite full moon ritual that I try to do every single month, and I call it my full moon release. And basically, the full moon is an illumination point in the lunar cycle each month where a lot of clarity can be shed on whatever issues or resistance or stuckness or density or darkness that you may be feeling in your life. Things will be coming to the surface, and it is your responsibility to sit with it, to examine it, and then to release it. And releasing is not that hard, you guys. It's really not that hard, because the moon supports this point in her lunar cycle. She wants us to shed the old, because once the moon reaches its culmination point at its brightest peak, that then it starts waning until it gets to the new moon. And the new moon is when it is completely dark, and that is when the soil will be fertile for us to plant the seeds. But for the part of the cycle where the moon goes from full to new, that is our opportunity to really release what didn't serve us from our previous 30-day lunar cycle. So my favorite ritual is to just sit with what comes up, and usually I journal, and I will write down everything that no longer serves me and what I am releasing. And every full moon comes in a different sign, and you have a different astrological sign in different parts of your astrology chart. And so I would recommend looking at where you have Leo in your chart, because if you have it in your sun, if you have it in Mercury, if you have it in Jupiter, Venus, whatever planet, it is going to affect you differently. And luckily, we live in the age of Aquarius with the internet, where it's very easy to look up our astrological chart and what that means for us, and how the full moon is, playing with those energies. And that will be kind of the area or category where we can focus our release. So I love to just journal. I love to look into the astrology of it. And then I will write down everything that I am releasing. Sometimes it's a very long list. Sometimes it's a few bullet points. Sometimes it's all over the map. Sometimes it's very specific about one thing, but I just get very detailed with it. And afterwards, I go into the light of the full moon. I take a lighter and I burn the whole paper. Make sure it's burnt completely before you leave. We don't want to be starting any fires, so please be cautious. Please be safe when you're doing this. But the moon will really help you just release it. Sometimes it's instantaneous. I feel the energy shift, and it's quite a miracle. I don't know. Sometimes I feel it like immediately the next day when I wake up. And yeah, just sitting with what you're releasing first and foremost is so important, because we need to clear the space. We need to clear the space if we want to call in the new. And the Leo full moon is bold and bright, and kind of is calling for us to really pay attention to what is happening on the inside. So with that, my beautiful friends on the internet, I leave you with a kiss I leave you with these pearls of wisdom regarding the full moon and my full moon ritual. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment and maybe leave me a subscribe. And we will catch you next time on the Pearls of Wisdom channel.